Alright, welcome back to Dissecting the Dead. We're doing episode 5 called Go-Getters.
So this episode follows Maggie and Sasha, who made it to the hilltop after Glenn was inevitably
Whacked.
whacked.
So Maggie gains consciousness. I guess she's been unconscious the whole time since she got... I know.
It makes it seem like it's been like weeks.
Well, she was all like, I'm going to Hilltop. And then all of a sudden it's like she's gaining consciousness. So it's like, what the hell happened? But okay, she's gaining consciousness. And she's relieved to find out that her baby isn't dead.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Maggie visits Glenn in Abraham's grave. There's a symbolic pocket watch that's given to Glenn by Herschel,
yeah.
which is her father. That was about season 2. Abraham had a cigar because that's kind of what his
personality was like. I think at one point you actually do see Sasha like smoking it or whatever. Like I think it's like symbolic. I don't know. And as so basically shit's going down at Hilltop. Gregory is really proven to not be like shit all for a leader.
And that's the same
back
in the comic.
Yeah, so Gregory wants Maggie and Sasha gone. Like he just wants them gone. And Jesus wants them to stay. So, predicament.
A night at the hilltop, it's attacked like a sneak attack, and it's by the
Saviors.
Yeah. And you know what? This was never done in the comic as much.
Yeah.
But they send like a car that's welded shut with a stereo blasting.
Yeah.
And it just like attracts all the freaking zombies to them.
Yeah, essentially so they can come in and clean it up and do them a service.
Yeah.
So Maggie takes charge, and we start to see her leadership role like come out a bit. She runs over the car with a tractor.
Yeah. So
to get rid of the sound, I guess.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Enid escapes from Alexandria to check on Maggie. Carl follows her. He wants to like kill Negan. They have like a romantic roller skate.
Yeah, that was lame. So anyways, Negan's homies show up, and Simon, the guy that shows up, is actually Stephen Ogg, a.k.a. Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5.
And you said it, and I was like, what? And then
you look at him, and it's like, it's fucking Trevor.
It is. Like, how did we miss it?
It looks just like Trevor.
For so long.
I don't know how we missed that. Yeah, so basically, he shows up on Negan's behalf. So Negan himself doesn't show up. He shows up. And, he's coming to, I guess, gain supplies from Hilltop this time.
So Gregory tries to give up Maggie and Sasha to Simon, who's like the Grand Theft Auto Trevor which he'll now forever be known
as Trevor instead of Simon.
It's kind of like a scene where he's about to open the closet.
Yeah, and give away Maggie and them. But
and he just ends up giving them liquor because they weren't
in that closet.
In that particular closet.
Yeah. So really, when all is said and done, Simon Trevor commands Gregory to kneel, and he does like a little bitch, basically.
Yeah. Maggie boxes out Gregory, which is pretty the same as
pretty much, yeah.
The comic for stealing Glenn's watch.
That was a little different. But
yeah, it just kind of shows that Gregory is just greasy and just like a real piece of shit. He'll kind of do whatever the Saviors want.
Yeah, pretty much. Roll over, push over. So Carl plans this crazy sneak attack on Negan. So he's going to sneak on to Negan's truck and, I guess, assassinate him.
See, that's supposed to be done back when they're picking up the mattresses.
Yeah. Instead, now he's sneaking over into the truck.
I can see them using it, just in, like, this.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, meanwhile, Jesus is sent on a reconnaissance mission on Negan. He ends up running into Carl, kind of doing his own mission.
So, I guess they kind of cross paths doing their little missions. Really, in this episode, I guess we saw the formation of Maggie's leadership. That was like the big important part of it. They're building her up to take over the reins. They're running the Hilltop, obviously.
Yeah. This episode stuck very true to the comics.
Yeah.
Except for Trevor, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
The episode was good character development. The plot development of the episode was great. It addresses undeveloped plot lines.
Yeah. One problem, though, I am foreseeing with this season and pretty much last season and maybe even before that is the portrayal of Rick. I found they've built him up, knocked him down too many times, and I feel we don't know what kind of Rick we're seeing right now at this point.
It seems to be more adamant about building character plot lines now than...
Like secondary ones. Yeah.
You know, like...
And not focusing enough on Rick.
Did we need to see Enid and Carl?
even if you did, okay, one cute little scene of them, whatever, but like it's like I think they need to be showing Rick more, like portray Rick more, like
Jesus does become a pretty
important character, and I'm glad they're building him. Yeah, it's really not that big of a problem overall, but I do feel it's losing the edge that it once had. The seasons are starting to feel lazily written. Consistent of, like I said to you off camera, was like one big premiere, then taking things super slowly, and then leaving us with this big season finale cliffhanger that leaves us like, basically 2 interesting things happen, like 2 interesting episodes the whole season, and then a handful of slow burning ones.
I also find it strange that they're sticking so true to the comic after kind of bouncing back and forth.
After jumping off of like the comic, yeah, and now they're sticking true, which I do like that they're finally trying.
I do appreciate it.
Carl, also another thing, driving a car and stuff was a little like,
They've been making fun of it on like social media and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, my god, Carl's like supposed to be like this like 11-year-old kid, now he's like, oh, Dad, and he's like got a beard and 26.
He's like, Dad, can I borrow your razor?
Can I borrow your cigarettes?
Anyways, this has been another Dissecting the Dead. Check us out. Stay tuned. Check us out on Bangerz and Mash, Bangerz and Mash Live, SoundCloud, iTunes, Twitter, Facebook.
Everything.
Everything.
And I guess until next time, fuck off.